Poseidon!
Where the fuck am I?
Thank you for your help out there. I'm Zevlor. Well met. I should warn you, visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The Druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve. Goblin got you. The Druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other Druids in the Inner Grove. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters. We're refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent.
The descent. An infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the hells.
A fair point. We can only hope the citizens of Baldur's Gate are more open-minded. But we can't get there with those beasts blocking our path. I've tried. Kagha, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though... I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her, for more time to prepare, if nothing else.
Really? We're messengers now.
We'd owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, we won't make it to the city. You'll find the Druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense before more lives are lost.
You heard the man. Move out. Time to go find Will.
Children!
Will!
Look who's here.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
Kind words in unkind times, my friend. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Yes, and we both carried parasites. How many people up in this bitch got infected? Another escapee, thank the gods. I need all the friends I can get.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Who is she?
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
Take Astarion's place. He can head back to camp. Okay, just kick Astarion out of immediately. Astarion, be gone, thought.
Oh, gladly. This circus is all yours, my friend.
Oh, he's mad.
Let's make this happen.
The famous Blade of Frontiers in the flesh. Clever, this hero act you've got going.
Hero, Blade. Name strangers gave me. My friends call me Will.
Excellent. If we ever become friends, I'll know what to call you.
You've got something to say? I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit. My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse blared into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. I left him with his uncles. 5 years on, and he's flourishing. If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. It was an even bloodier day, and a stronger foe. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Tiny grooves spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Will is keeping something from you. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
What are you?
A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated. Your right eye vibrates, and a woman's voice echoes in your head. I've a sweet tooth, and devils on the menu. Beyond the voice, you find only shadow. A piece of Will's mind locked away from intruders.
Keep out of my mind. I told you, the eyes are rock, nothing more. And that's the end of it. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. the damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
It seems our infection comes with an unexpected symptom. The ability to influence others. An interesting development, but one to be treated with caution. For better or for worse. So long as it does indeed benefit us.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately. Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There. Certainly. That I have a great respect for privacy, for instance, especially my own.
So he doesn't trust me. Uh-oh. I need to regain his trust.
Whoa, hey. Can't say I've ever seen someone like you before.
Oh, brother!
Go on, take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything yet, mister. Go on, take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Just made it.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing... Call it. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails it is!
I always go for tails.
See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested?
Thanks for the free ring! I'm not just walking off with the free ring. Sorcerer, if there was magic in this ring, I'd have felt it. It's nothing but junk.
Hey, not so loud. You caught me. All right. They're not lucky rings. I'm just trying to earn money for my family. My father left and my mother, she's so sick. I wish I had better things to sell than trinkets, but it's all I have.
This sounds like a scam.
I don't know what you mean.
Return the ring and leave, bye bitch.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Kagha's judgment. Now get back! No! Let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn
Got a booger in that nose. Everyone backing up immediately.
Come, Magrin, give him a chance. You, get back!
I'm not gonna just do that. If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I'll go where I please. I wouldn't just do that. I would tell them that I at least fought the goblins, but I wouldn't just say I'll go where I please. It's a little pushy. Ignore them and proceed. You don't exist. I walk right through them. What if I no-clipped? I'm not looking for trouble. Can't you just let me by?
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh. I understand. You. Apparently Kagha wants to see you. Go ahead.
Okay, I need to talk to this man.
Yes, I see. And is that her with 2 R's or 1? Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
And there's no overstating my disinterest?
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins? Shocking little creatures, aren't they? Still, there's quite a bit more to them than most accounts allow. I myself plan to record the world's most extensive catalogue of their means and habits. A blue ocean of information, I dare say. Now, I've a few more questions, if you don't mind. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Dragon? There wasn't any dragon other than me.
Witnesses noticed a red dragon marching at rear. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
He's pulling shit out of his ass. I don't think so. I was concentrating on not dying.
Really? Well, this does complicate things. But then again, well, never mind. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
He looks like a teenager in a fake beard at a Comic-Con. Hold your tongue.
Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use.
I'm gonna tell him not to do that.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket. Until we meet again.
Okay, man. Wait, hold on. Can I talk to the bear? Is this a real bear or a druid? Bear, nothing said. No words. Just bear. Go to camp. I should really rest these guys up. I know I'm out of spells. I have some work to do on Gale, because I lost a little bit of his trust by very, like, out in the open, just delving into Will's mind against his will. Against Will's will. Let me see what he looks like. Oh, okay. Whoa. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, he is so cool. Oh, why are there two Gales? What am I looking at here? Why are there two of you? Oh, this is not a glitch?
Be with you in a moment.
He's so stunning, I want to cry! What are you doing? Typical wizard using a magic just to admire his own beard. Make it dance. Or breathe fire. I want to cheer him on.
It's done all that and more at plenty of soiree, I can tell you. Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
If you're about to start a lecture, I'm not interested. Nothing at all, really.
Ah, yes. The good old days. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on?
Oh. Shake your head.
My point is this. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me. A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Gale, I'll get to you eventually. That did not lead down the route that I wanted the conversation to go down. Yet again, this is the first night together. Will, what do you have to say?
Question for you. Have you ever heard a banshee scream?
No, but I once made one whimper a bit. What if I say that? I'm gonna say it.
Yes, well, if you'd ever actually heard one, you'd not hear a whimper, but a wail, loud enough to wake the dead, and shrill enough to shatter a golden goblet. I thought it the most terrible noise in all 16 planes. But there's one even more fearsome than that.
I bet it's Astarion's flirtatious drawl. What is it?
The doubt in our minds crying out for attention. It's hopeless, it says. Stop resisting. Give up and give in. Doubt is the greatest villain we face. Greater than all the hell's devils. Greater than a murderous god. Most people don't find it so easy to conquer. It's a good thing for us that we aren't most people. Slay your doubt and nothing can stop you. Not a demon, not a dragon, and certainly not an illithid worm. I'm glad to see you're not one to give up.
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend. I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen.
I'm hoping it'll stay that way.
Naturally, but I was thinking, what if it doesn't? Of course, first sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. Well, now you're just being close-minded. There's some lovely ways to go. I've watched urchins freeze to death in the street. It looks peaceful, just like falling asleep.
If I had to choose, I'd want the knife.
A classic. One good thrust to the heart and you're gone. We need a good blade, of course. Don't want to waste time hacking and prodding with a dinner knife. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously.
Sure. And you, how should I kill you?
Oh, my boy. I'd like to see you try. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
Dude.
I couldn't help but overhear. Well, alright, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant? Agreed. We can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. All right. I've kept you from your blanket long enough. Rest well.
Astarion, get that tight little ass out of here. I guess that is what he was doing, though. He was sneaking away.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Thief, poison was the girl's actual crime.
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
I'm gonna slither the snake a snake.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Release her. I'll see that she stays out of trouble.
No. The tiefling remains until the rite is complete.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
Let the child go so she can spread the word to the others of your might. Try to flatter her a little bit by saying that one. Help. Yippee!
Yes. She is more valuable out there than in here. Sif, Tila, to me! Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Ow?
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here.
Daughter of darkness.
Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Gale.
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions?
Putting a child on display like that was monstrous. I'm glad we intervened.
Couldn't agree more. The girl wasn't innocent, but that doesn't mean she was guilty.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles?
I'm sure.
How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
I want to talk to this dude. Even he didn't like that.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
That Kagha seems dangerous.
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
She is first Druid in Halsin's absence. With him caught or dared by goblins, none may gainsay.
But more will die if her ritual is finished. I doubt those exiled by the rite will survive long outside.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well.
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers.
You won't mistake the first Druid for anyone else. Come, Silver. Stay close.
Puppy. Oh. Mean puppy. Animal handling, try to get closer.
The wolf's fur bristles. He wants to jump, wants to bite.
Please don't.
His eyes dart back and forth as he sniffs the air. He can't see them anymore, but he can smell them. Many, many strangers.
Good boy, Chase.
The wolf bares his teeth. He doesn't take orders from you. He
All I
would
said was
chase you
good boy.
down if not for his master.
All I said was good boy. I did not give a command. Rats. Oh. Okay.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
A little bit.
Monster? Too kind. A demon, more like.
Only a monster would threaten a child.
You would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Zevlor believes his people will perish on the road.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
I wasn't gonna take it, I just wanted to read what I could read at base without having to pick it up. You know, looking at it from a distance. Like a shelf out of Barnes & Noble.
That might be worth a look.
I should probably not touch that. Uh-oh, I'm gonna go back.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, hi, Nettie! Hi, Nettie, I'm so sorry. Where's Nettie? Where did she see that from? Hi, Nettie, I am so sorry about that.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
This medical.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie. I already know it's her, but he doesn't.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Do you know anything about mind flayers?
Why are you asking?
That's a very unsure response. I'm scared. No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
What other kinds are there? What other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye. You know of them. Can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
Little does she know that everyone behind me also has them. And 2 more back at camp.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
So you killed him and laid him out on a table? Is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? Didn't think it was a common experience.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. I pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I'd like to stay, if it's all the same.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
What's that plant? Will it help?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
She's gonna stab my head.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
I thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours? She was probably gonna stab you in the fucking head, man. I swear, that's a lie.
I hope it doesn't come to that. But thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flare infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
You must have learned something from studying them.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne, and I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back. I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
It sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you what happened out there. But those adventurers were the only witnesses. And they're long gone. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Wyvern poison. Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way. The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Will lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get. So that's to say you'd like to pry a little. You do seem like the type, I must say.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Just an observation, no offense taken. See, we're learning something about each other already. For instance, you're a quick-to-anger type, aren't you? Even less self-control than brains. Ha! There it is. Oh, don't pout, you walked right into that. And there's no harm in a little hot-bloodedness. No harm at all, in fact.
You're not my type.
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little?
What will you do if we actually manage to remove the tadpoles?
We go our separate ways, of course, what else? The ties that bind would be well and truly severed.
You seem eager to get rid of me.
We were brought together by circumstance. Besides, I have my own people in Baldur's Gate. And before you ask, no. I'm not telling you what I'm doing there, or who I'm meeting, or anything else.
She is very defensive right now. She does not trust me. Gale, I can tell you don't trust me either. Gale Poo, do you forgive me yet? Probably not.
By Sylvanus, another outsider. Should you have an ounce of sense, you will leave. Immediately.
He's on Kagha's side.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
His please leave reminds me of Tyler Joseph.
And I'd be like, excuse me, could you please leave?
I'm really starting to regret reaching into Will's mind. Mainly because it affected Gale. I need to go find Zevlor. Remember not to touch any chests. People are watching.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the Druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Can you delay the ritual?
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Kagha's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the Druids might see sense.
Then why don't you get rid of her?
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the Druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Kagha, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once. To get these people to Baldur's Gate. Everything. I'm still hoping Kagha can be swayed from this madness. But if not, leaders need to make tough decisions. We do what we must.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
Hungry warriors make for easy prey.
You've been on hard times too, huh?
No worse than you're facing now.
Look in your eyes says otherwise.
For real? My heterochromia?
Have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
You're gonna be sorry. Every last one of you. You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with. I'm not afraid. Chosen by the Absolute, I am. I'm blessed.
Oh, I'll bless you, all right.
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You're gonna kill him too?
You, move!
This won't avenge canon. It won't change anything.
You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do. Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
If she dies, she'll take everything she knows to the grave.
If you believe anything the beast tells you, you're an idiot.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
Will disapproves. Gale just running at me like, I need to talk to you now. That was awesome.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something. Rather important.
Rather important, no less. All right, go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. The way you got Kagha to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
That's very gratifying to hear.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul. Except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
What kind of condition?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Are you telling me you're addicted to magic?
No, it's nothing like that. Magic isn't a narcotic to me, it's quite literally a lifesaver. I would not burden anyone other than myself with this were the stakes not so high, and the means of obtaining such artifacts challenging for a humble wizard to face alone. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
He's got pregnancy cravings. Where do you suggest we find the artifacts you need?
As luck would have it, Faerun is full of them, though I do feel obliged to point out that items of power tend to be in the hands of the powerful. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I expected as much. Don't worry. I'm happy to help.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. I know the allure magic artifacts hold. I understand their value and their power. All this to say, I understand the sacrifice I ask of you. But if I may be so bold, it's for a very good cause indeed. I hope I can count on you.
What do I have in my inventory so far to feed him? Not giving him wyvern toxin, or Shadowheart's mysterious artifact, which I have yet to actually see her play with in this playthrough so far.
That orc seems a little too interested in me.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
I still think it's a druid, but I've never been able to prove it.